Back on the show, Eastside and Pendleton going at it. Pendleton trying to get out of the gate 2-0. Teams met for just the first time last year. That one dropped out of the sky, and there for the interception as the Bulldogs able to come away with that. Calvin Banks later trying to get it into the end zone for Eastside. Didn't work out in the end, though, for the Eagles. Banks looking to get into the end zone, and he does, but in the end, Pendleton had too much, and Pendleton got the win by a final count of 53-29. Christ Church reigning 1A champs. They lost in their opener down at Gray Collegiate last week. Quinn Hatfield and crew trying to get in the win column. Early on, taking advantage of the swat away on the punt return try by Southside. Great field position on their second drive of the game for Deshaun Reeder and crew. He is stopped up there. But moments later, Tucker Hendricks, Jackson Rep get together, made it 7-0. And when it's done, Christ Church goes on to the win, evening up the all-time series at 2 apiece with their neighbors from just across I-85, 61-zip the final. Back to Western North Carolina, Polk County trying to go 2-0 under Dustin Fry. Lawson Carter throwing it up there for Keandre Green, led to a field goal, made it a 20-14 game. And later on, though, Tuscola able to return fire. It was tight down to the end, but in the end, team from Waynesville comes down and gets the victory by a final of 29-23. New coaches going at it. That's Drew Chisholm. He had been the offensive coordinator at Berea. Goes against Brent Bridges. Last time he was a head coach was 11 years ago at Chesney. Now he's at Landrum. Had to love what he saw at Colton Link. Link getting into the end zone made it a 7-zip lead. Cardinals D stepping up big. Bridges loving every minute of that, and yet he's a former quarterback, but he appreciates the defense. Titus Poor then on the 15-yard connection to Link made it 14-zip. In the end, show you the final as the Cardinals looking to make it a nice debut for their new head coach, and they do. 36-7, on to the victory goes Landrum over Berea. Other action on the night, yes, a hot night everywhere. They were counting on the device that enables them to determine that they were within regulation. Temperature-wise, Liberty, the Red Devils, they had flames flying around them right out of the gate. Logan Smith, Caden Hendricks for the first score. Mason Davis gets into the end zone. Liberty team that won its home opener last week against Carolina, then makes it a 3-score lead. Smith, he'd been injured last year, but now he's back healthy and he's off to the races. He can throw it. He can run it. Bryson Wyatt tries to get Blue Ridge back in the game. Gets into the end zone for the Tigers, but it's not enough. Paul Sutherland has his Red Devils 2-0, 41-19 winners on the road. So for a second straight week, if you're keeping score at home, both Ty Sutherland, the Woodmont coach, and Paul Sutherland, the head coach at Liberty, each get wins. Another father-son winning night. Blacksburg, after snapping their 17-game skid last week with a big win over at Buford at home against St. Joe's. And off the onside kick, Joshua Sims rolling out. He's intercepted, though. St. Joe's playing some defense. Knight's second straight week on the road after winning down near Augusta at Fox Creek a week ago. Braden Johnson going to become the go-to back for Chris Goodman. Gets some good yards there, sets up a touchdown. And the Knights, remember a year ago, they were in the middle of the season, number 1 in 1A. They are 2-0 out of the gate, 57-7 winners. Let's show you other scores on the night. And around the games involving Palmetto State teams, a couple of trips to Georgia don't work out for Greenwood and Pickens. A couple of tough road trips there. Meanwhile, 96 now, 2-0 under the new head coach Matthew Bennett. They win at home against the Hornets of Ware Shoals. And West Oak, avenging their loss last week to Fountain Inn, they got a victory. Meanwhile, Crescent, a 58-7 win over the Dixie Hornets. And Crescent out of the gate at 2-0.